Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another This Day in Baseball History video. This one is exciting. We're talking August 14th. Some pretty cool things happened today. I've got 3 stories for you. But I would love to know your thoughts about these stories down in the comments below. We can have a discussion about baseball. If you are new to the channel, we post baseball content every single day along with some other hockey and sports content. So if you enjoy that, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't seen the rest of the series, there will be a video link up here sometime during the video. Click that and go check the other videos out in this series. So let's jump into this. We are going to start on this day in baseball history, 1971. We're talking Bob Gibson throwing his first and only, to my knowledge, no-hitter. He was with the Cardinals his entire career, and in 1971, on this day, August 14th, defeated the Pirates 11-0 with a no-hitter. It was the franchise's largest ever margin of victory for a no-hitter. The first no-hitter in Pittsburgh, it was on the road, in 64 years. The first at the new stadium, Three Rivers Stadium. And this said there were some very outstanding defensive plays made by outfielder Jose Cruz and third baseman Joe Torre. Now, I went ahead and did a little more research on Bob Gibson. Obviously, if you're a Cardinals fan, you know that he is probably the greatest pitcher in franchise history. I mean, maybe there are a couple of others, but nobody stands out to me. Bob Gibson is an all-time great. He's a Hall of Famer. He won the MVP, 2 Cy Young Awards, 2 World Series. He was the World Series MVP twice, a 9-time All-Star, a 9-time Gold Glove winner, and he won the ERA title. I mean, this man was unstoppable, especially in 1968. But you jump ahead a few more years, he was still in the All-Star running, or MVP running, and Cy Young Award running, but was not an All-Star in his no-hit year. If you're curious, he threw 5 shutouts that year, which led the league, had an ERA of 3.04, 31 games, one of them being a no-hitter, had an ERA plus of 119 during that time. He only had 3 years where his ERA plus was under 100, by the way, which means he was lower than average, and 1 year, his MVP year, and his Cy Young Award winner year, 1968, had an ERA of 1.12, a 258 ERA plus. That thing is incredible. Go look him up if you haven't already. If you don't know a little bit about Bob Gibson, rest in peace. He died a couple of years ago, right during COVID. But yeah, he is one of the greatest pitchers in all time, definitely in the Cardinals organization. So definitely want to give him a shout out for the no-hitter that he threw on this day in baseball history. As I said, it was the only no-hitter of his career. And if you're curious about the other Cardinals no-hitters, there have been 10 of them. Oddly enough, Bob Forsch, if that name is familiar to you, he threw 2, which is the only time a Cardinals pitcher has thrown multiple no-hitters. And the last one was Bud Smith in 2001, just before the 9/11 attacks on September 3rd, so a week before that. Very crazy, I guess, that you could say. Hasn't been a no-hitter in St. Louis history in a long time, but a nod to Bob Gibson's today. Let's jump ahead now on this day in baseball history to 1995. As I've told you every day, we love to throw in a Twins player or some Twins news in these videos. Since I'm a Twins fan, and in 1995, on this day in baseball history, the Twins retired Kent Hrbek's number 14 as a tribute to their former first baseman who spent his entire career with Minnesota. A similar path as Bob Gibson, who spent his entire career in St. Louis. Kent Hrbek also grew up in Minnesota. He grew up less than a mile from Metropolitan Stadium, and in his 14-year career batted .282, which included 2 World Series rings in 1987 and 1991. He was also a one-time All-Star in 1982, where he was Rookie of the Year runner-up. He also was runner-up in the MVP in 1984, but none of his stats really stand out, except for his OPS plus at a 145. He's even had better years than that, by the way. 188 was a 150. I mean, this guy was really, really consistent, I think is the right word. The only time he ever had an OPS plus under 100 was his first year when he wasn't qualified because he only played in 24 games, was not qualified to be a rookie, and the second time was his last season where he was at 99. I think OPS plus is just a great way to measure consistency over the years, but also around that time compared to the league. So that's why I use it in all my videos. But just a nod to him. I actually didn't think he was that great. I know maybe coming as a Twins fan that hurts a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. But good for him to... I think the story behind him maybe helps his case a little bit to be retired as a Twin. Obviously, being from the Twins, his entire career, growing up in Minnesota, winning 2 World Series, including the Grant. What's his first name? Is it Bud Grant? Is that right? I can't think. But when they pulled his foot off the bag, I want that bobblehead too, and I can't even remember his name. But yeah, I think it's just a really cool nod to Kent Hrbek. He's a great leader in the Twins community, so definitely deserving of the award, and he has 38.6 WAR to back it up, a career hitter, 282, as I said, with a 128 OPS plus. He was a great above-average hitter, pretty good first baseman, too. So a great nod to him. His number was retired on this day in baseball history in 1995. The last story I want to tell you about today is another no-hitter story, actually. In 2021, just last year, joining Theodore Breitenstein in 1891, Bumpus Jones, that's a baseball name for you, in 1892, back-to-back years, that's crazy, Bobo Holloman, and now Tyler Gilbert became the 4th pitcher to hurl a no-hitter in his first big league start when he beat the Padres at Chase Field 7-0. The Diamondbacks' 27-year-old freshman became the 24th rookie to throw a no-hitter, and this was the 8th no-hitter of that season, which is crazy. There were so many no-hitters last year. That's crazy. But let's talk about Tyler Gilbert. It's funny, there's a theme. Every single one of these players have played for one team their entire career, which is, I mean, Tyler Gilbert's only played for one team because he's only in his second year, but let's go through it. It was not his first start or appearance, but it was his first big league start. He actually had thrown 3 games before this out of the bullpen. He didn't allow a run in any of those starts, by the way, mainly because he only faced 3 batters, then 4, then 7, but then he faced 28, and can I not look at this game, the box score here? The only man to reach base was Tommy Pham. 3 times he walked, and then once grounded into a double play. That seems to be what I'm reading here. Pretty good no-hitter, though, I would say. I can't show you this chart because it doesn't really make sense to turn the computer and everything. But the dude was on fire the entire game. I mean, he walked the first batter of the game, got the ground ball double play, strikeout. Then you go top of the inning, 1, 2, 3. Next inning, the top of the third, 1, 2, 3. The top of the fourth, walk to Tommy Pham, double play. It was not a ground out to the double play. It was a line out, 1 first base unassisted, line out, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Walk to Tommy Pham, 1, 2, 3 after that. So he did not have a no-hitter perfect game because in the 7th inning he left Tommy Pham on base. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, got a line out to center field to end the game. On Tommy Pham, nonetheless, which is kind of funny. So a really cool story for Tyler Gilbert. He is having maybe a bit of a struggle this year. He's 0 for 3 with a 5.24 ERA, but he'll always have that no-hitter under his belt as his first ever career start in the MLB, and I just wanted to highlight that because I think that's super cool. So 2 no-hitters on every person that played in this story played for the same team, which is cool. So just a little fun information for you on this Sunday afternoon, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure, like I said, to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Peace out.